Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag AshAnswers.
Now, before we jump into our questions, I've got a little bit of an announcement to make. So this is going to be my last video on C4E Tech for a while. I'm going to be taking some personal time off going forwards. So it's been a long time coming. There have been certain things that have required my attention and I haven't been able to do that. But now that Sundar has been here for almost a month, a little over a month full time, so he's going to be handling things, and I don't have a return date as of now, but I should be back hopefully soon. So yeah, and here's a question to you guys. Well, next week or till I come back, do you want us to continue doing Ash Answers? Sundar and Harris could do it. The last time Harris stepped in for me, you guys weren't really happy, so just let me know if you want us to freeze the series till I come back, or if you'd want Sundar and Harris to take it going forward. Here's a poll, let us know, and that's it. So, let's head on over to the questions.
Thinking of swapping my Redmi Note 4 for the Lenovo Z2 Plus. Good deal considering I'll be upgrading to Snapdragon 820 and stock Android.
Stock Android on the Z2 Plus.
Yeah, almost stock.
Kind of, yeah. It is still ZUI with the stock launcher, right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's not stock Android. But yeah, if the battery life of the Redmi Note 4, that's fine. If the battery life of the Redmi Note 4 is not priority, you could swap to the Z2 Plus. The camera
battery life, and it's also likely to get Android O next year.
Which one?
The Redmi Note 4.
Maybe, may not be. But then again, the Z2 Plus, of course, if the larger display on the Redmi Note 4 does nothing for you, the Z2 Plus would be better in terms of performance. You would take a hit on battery life.
Yeah.
As in swap, as in not paying anything extra if you just have somebody willing to swap phones.
Do you like Game of Thrones?
Hell yes.
Do you know anybody who doesn't like Game of Thrones?
Sundar.
No?
Yeah.
Of course I love it. Is Snapdragon 616 a better processor than the Snapdragon 410 or 430? Generally, the 600 series is used in the mid-range devices.
See, the 616 with the 410 maybe, with the 430 no. The 430 is actually a better processor than the 616, maybe the GPU, but then the 616's thermal throttling issues, the 615, 616, 617, barring...
The 430 is even better than the 617.
Yeah. Barring Samsung with the A7, I don't remember any implementation of the 61X series that didn't have heat issues.
Okay.
So, it is not something you'd go for, not today.
7 months old Mi Max Prime at 13,000 rupees or new Mi Max 2 at 17,000 rupees for use as a multimedia device.
I'd go with the Mi Max Prime because it's got the Snapdragon 652.
Okay.
And of course, the battery life is still good. So battery gains of the Mi Max 2 is not going to make a difference.
It's not better on the Mi Max 2?
Not really. It might be better. See,
it's using a much power efficient chip.
Yeah, but then again, for media consumption, for video playback, you'd still get 17-18 hours out of the Mi Max.
Okay.
Even if, probably 20 hours. So that's not going to make a huge difference. Where it might, and of course the extra storage would also help.
Okay. Yeah.
But where you might notice a difference is the Mi Max 2 comes with stereo front-facing speakers.
Okay.
The earpiece doubles as a speaker, not stereo front-facing, but stereo speakers. So that might be one area, but then me personally, the better performance of the 652 is more alluring. I would go with the Mi Max Prime.
I know I shouldn't be asking you this question because it definitely would be a yes, but are you excited for the Note 8?
You answered it, buddy. Hell yes.
Yes. Did you see the recent leaks?
I did.
The fingerprint sensor is placed even more terribly.
I know, but then at least, the Infinity display looks good.
Yeah.
And the S Pen, that's always something to look forward to. So, definitely excited for the Note 8.
What are your thoughts on USB-C? Can we expect to see it on mid-range devices or even budget phones anytime soon?
Most probably, yes. I know a lot of brands aren't still using it, but then we are seeing the adoption rates go up, and hopefully we should see it in more and more devices going forwards.
LAKEY phones came with USB-C and they are dead.
I know, but that's not because of USB-C, it's because of LAKEY's way of doing things. So yeah.
It could be superstition for other brands. Apartment hunt update.
So yeah, guys, that's part of the reason why I'm taking some time off. You know, there's a lot to be done with regards to finalizing the new office and work that's gotta happen over there. We are zeroing in on a place. We've got a couple of places. We're going to be signing off on either one this week, and then there's a lot of work that needs to happen over there. And I have some other personal reasons as well as to why I need to take some time off and focus on myself. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I would not be available for quite some time.
You know, we've actually said the same thing about the apartment hunt update quite a few times, but
this time
it's actually about to happen this time.
Up. Yeah, fingers crossed.
How did you get to know Amit Bhawani?
Again, the same Note 4 launch event. You know, Samsung connecting people. Again. So that's where I met both Amit and Ranjit. Turns out it was a good day.
Which is the better choice to go with? Zoom H1, Blue Yeti?
Blue Yeti is a killer mic, but I would personally go with the Zoom H1. That's quite good too, and you also get the extra portability. So you could plug it into a PC and record directly into Audition or something. At the same time, you could still take it out for events, and it's also light enough and comes with a a thread, so you could use a adapter and mount it on top of your camera if you need to. So that way, it is a more versatile mic. So I would probably go with the Zoom H1 between these two.
Your thoughts on Jio's feature phone with zero cost?
Okay, now you answer a question for a change.
Alright, I did answer, right?
Okay.
There's nothing really to say about this. It's an amazing phone.
For the price, yeah.
Yeah, for the price. I mean, there is no price at all.
Yeah, so
it's just a security deposit of $1,500.
So for me, it's something revolutionary. More people getting connected, more people with 4G. It's all good. I mean, it hurts other brands, as in like other service providers' bottom lines, and they've been ripping people off for a long time. So for once, you know, we're not the ones getting hurt, and it's the other people.
Yeah, let's just say it actually costs $1,500 and you're not gonna get the money back. Even then, it would still be a nice phone. It would still be worth
it if
4G VoLTE enabled phone, and you could browse. You can stream.
So good. The market's getting competitive, so that's good.
Why do phones carry prices like 99,
14, 999, 999, blah 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 instead of 10, 15? Marketing, guys, is just the subliminal messaging. The kind of when you see 14,990, you go 14,000 something instead of 15. It's just subconscious kind of messaging that marketing tests seem to indicate it works. So that's why brands keep sticking to 14,999 and all those 999s. I'm just checking to see if the mic works. Okay, the mic works. I can just see the bar.
Is it justified by Samsung to blackmail dealers when getting competition? Sundar, please don't clean shave again.
Yeah. So for those who missed last week's episode, this is how he looked last week. So anyway, coming back, I do feel it's quite anti-competitive for Samsung to go around doing it. Samsung has generally not done that in the past. You know, you've seen all the Oppo, Vivo branding and the kind of, even Xiaomi before that, the kind of space that was allocated in all multi-brand stores for phones. Samsung never seemed to have a problem with it, but now Xiaomi's got them scared. And that's a good thing, actually. If a behemoth like Samsung can panic, then it seems Xiaomi's doing something right. So, in consumers, it's a win-win.
Thumbs up, Xiaomi.
But again, Samsung, I mean, and Xiaomi, if somebody from Xiaomi is watching, don't get too happy. We've got interesting questions for you.
Samsung don't really have to do it, right?
They don't.
Yeah, but they aren't a small brand.
See,
and
basically,
like brands aren't doing well.
No, see, basically, brands that come up with a, you know, very budget-sensitive, value for money kind of phones, they fade out. LAKEY is one example. You look at Lenovo. they have been hiking prices, as in the form of Moto. Well, the Lenovo, like, see what's like you don't have a 7K alternative to the Redmi line anymore. Yeah, the K6, but then most of the K6 series have gone offline and they've been priced at 15 and whatever, the K6 Note for example, whereas the K3 Note and K4 Note were at around the 10 grand mark. Well, they weren't as spec heavy as the Redmi Note line at that point of time. They were still competitive with regards to, you know, Theater Max and, you know, stuff like that, something or the other. But now they aren't even competing because they feel they could, you know, the Moto branding carries a lot more weight. So that way, Xiaomi is losing competition. They seem to be the only brand that's thriving while keeping their costs low. And as much hate as the Mi5 got for its pricing, now if you look at the Mi6 at 25 or 26, people would really say that's value for money. That's what people are saying. They're calling it value for money. Because on the other hand, the OnePlus 5 has gone from 20 to 33.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I'm not saying it's unjustified, but that's how it is. Brands are, they're finding a need. They're not able to sustain for a long period with extremely competitive bang for the buck kind of phones. And that's where Xiaomi is kind of proving that they can still
they've been
sell at those
consistent
prices.
being competitive.
Their prices have also gone up. The Mi 3 was 14 and the Mi 6, if
Mi 3
it should...
came late, right?
It did come late, yes. But still, it's like that 14.
It's like with the CUK Z1, I guess.
Yeah.
Came late, so it was
priced low. But the Mi 3 didn't come that late.
Okay.
Because the Z1 is still at 801. Yeah. It came much after the Mi 3. But the Mi 3, even if the Mi 3 were priced at 18K, today the Mi 6 is 26, 27. There's been a 30-40% increase in price, but they're still pretty, these phones still offer quite a good bang for your buck. So that's kind of part of the reason why, well, Samsung is kind of a little kind of scared, probably. Enough for all people, for all the Xiaomi fans that are made happy.
Don't you think launching Mi Max 2 over the Mi 6 in India was a very stupid call in all terms?
What do you think? Do you think they should have launched the Mi 6 instead of the Mi Max 2?
I don't think so. I mean, they should have launched both.
See, Mi Max 2 is not a special device.
They belong to two different...
I know, I agree. But the Mi Max 2 is not a special device because the Mi Max 2 doesn't offer a lot over the Mi Max 1.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, better optics, yeah, but then you're like, you know, 25 on 100 or 35 on 100. It's still not a good camera. It's still not impressive. So it's just marginally upgraded camera, and the processor is a step back. I mean, again, this just like with the Redmi Note 3 to the Redmi Note 4, you're taking a step back because the Redmi Note 3 already had great battery life, and again,
great performance.
Yes, and that was a 650 to a 625. Here it's a Mi Max Prime, which is, you know, available cheaper.
652, which is even more powerful than the 650.
Yes, from a 652 to a 625 is even more of a step backwards. And the display is more or less the same. The battery life is so the Mi 6 on the other hand is spectacular. It's got the dual camera setup. It's got the Snapdragon 835. It's blazing fast. It's a much better phone compared to the Mi 5. So that would have made a lot more sense. And given that OnePlus is facing a little bit of flack for their pricing, I feel this is one area that Xiaomi could have capitalized. 835 at 27, 28K. Hell, they could have gone 29,999. Here's where the 999 comes in. Okay, and that would have given them a marketing edge over the
under 30K.
OnePlus 5, under 30K.
What Honor is doing right now with the Honor 8 Pro.
Exactly.
Which software do you use to record voice for your videos?
Audition. Adobe Audition.
Were either of you a Linkin Park fan?
I am. I still am. Just kind of bummed out. This week hasn't been a good week. Yep.
I wasn't really a fan, but yeah, I have that Minutes to Midnight album. I still have all the songs on my phone. I still listen to some of them.
He's got an iPod Nano, by the way.
iPod Nano, yeah.
He's got the songs on the iPod Nano, but he doesn't want to say he uses an iPod Nano, so it's his phone. But that's the reality of it. He bought one on his trip back from Tokyo.
Thoughts about the Honor 9, and do you plan on reviewing it?
I am looking forward to the Honor 9. I'm trying to source it. I love the way it's built. It's basically a P10 in a without the Leica branding, probably, right? No Leica branding. It's basically the P10, and I really like that. I love that implementation of a dual camera setup because you get everything over there.
It's coming with, again, a 960, right?
A Kirin 960, which is an exceptional chip, as we've seen with the Honor 8 Pro.
Speed test with the OnePlus 3.
OnePlus 5, you messed up.
5. I always do that. I don't know why.
Yeah. So anyway, the Honor 9, I love that dual camera setup, right? It's a 12 plus 20 RGB plus mono, which kind of gives you everything. You get
zoom,
aperture effects, not a portrait mode, but still aperture effects. You get zoom, you get the monochrome, better low light. That's got optical image stabilization. So that's what got me to get confused with Honor 8 Pro. Apologies for that again. But yeah, that's got OIS too. So it's like an exceptional camera. Again, it's a different camera. It's theoretically not the same as what we've seen on the P10, but going by what Huawei did with the P9 and the Honor 8, which were basically the same camera, but just without the Leica branding. If this is anything like that, the camera is going to be exceptional, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. If they can get it to India around 35k, it is going to kill. If they could get it under 30k, that is the phone to buy.
In the previous Ash Answers, you mentioned your day starts at 4. Can you share an average day of your life? Questionable. Me,
wakes up.
I struggle to wake up at 7:30. My alarm goes by around 6:30, and I wake up around 7:45, and I'm here by 8:05. That's my timing, 8:05 to 6:05. And work, of course, and I go for lunch for about an hour. About.
Which means an hour and a half.
Not really. Sometimes 45 minutes, like today, I guess.
No?
Yes.
That's because you had to come back for the car.
For something.
Yes, because you had a driver waiting. My car, they took the car for service. So the driver was waiting outside and he was...
Okay, whatever guys.
Whatever. That's why he came back. Otherwise, it's always an hour and a half or an hour 15 if I'm lucky.
Anyway, and I leave much later.
My leaves late at times.
Yeah, around 7:30. Depends on if I feel like working after 6 or not.
If he feels like working in the day and he hasn't worked, then he'd stretch.
Maybe. For you?
So for me, I am supposed to wake at 4, but these days I can't wake up before 5:30. I just get to, I'm sleeping late. So wake up and then around 7:30 Shahrukh comes in and then work on some stuff or just...
That guy comes on time.
He does. He comes 15 minutes early.
I don't know how he does that.
Yeah. On some days I just can't wake up and I'm like, okay.
Let him wait for 15 minutes.
No. I'm just like, oh my god. I can hear these guys coming out, right? So I'm like, okay, Shahrukh, please be late today. Please be late today. Please be late today. I'd probably be the only boss who's like, hoping that people come in late to work. So anyway, so yeah, then it's all work. And evenings just go out for a walk or something, and it's very chaotic right now. Right now it's all going out apartment hunting whenever there's time.
Even during work time.
Even during work.
What is working with Sundar like now that he's working full time?
It's actually not all that bad. So of course I'm like trusting him with the channel for a
reason,
for a while. And as much as he
admits to say that it's been amazing working with me.
See, work-wise is fine, but then it's always the threat that anything could break. What is that? The Raw thing, WWE Raw. Anything can happen or something like that, right?
I don't remember.
Anything can happen or something like that. So, the thing, like, anything can happen in the WWE. So that kind of anything can happen at C4 Retech when Sundar is around. Okay, so I can go out for a walk and I might come back and it might all be good. Or I might come back and I could see a phone broken or a camera broken. I mean, God forbid. Anything can happen. And it's that threat.
I didn't break anything in the past few days.
That tells you everything, right? So, it's that threat, that ever-present threat that he is capable of breaking anything in a matter of seconds. That's probably the biggest con. But then again, he's fine. He's good with... He's He's good, guys. He's good. He's good. He's good as well. Good with his work.
Walter White or Michael Schofield? Question for both. Hashtag Sundar discriminates. I'm seeing this after a long time, so yeah, I don't mind reading it out.
So who's your pick?
Walter White.
For me, as a character in the story, I'd probably go Michael Schofield. But as an actor, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Any day. Because I first saw him on the Malcolm in the Middle. Sorry, that's a a kid show, like family friend, like it's a family show where he's like the dad, and he's like a funny dad. And then next I see him on How I Met Your Mother. Okay. So where he's again playing a funny boss, and then I see him in Breaking Bad. I'm like, what? That's like the kind of transformation Jim Carrey had for The Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind, or Adam Sandler with what is that? The one where he was playing Shadow of the Colossus all the time. Reino Omi. Okay, it's that kind of a transformation, and these were like epic roles for Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler, and that's the kind of difference I saw, and I'm like, oh my god. And though the show didn't initially interest me, and I sat through it for Bryan Cranston, and I love the show. So, but then again, Michael Schofield, Prison Break, it was like one of the first shows I ever saw. So it's got like a special place in my heart. And maybe if you had asked me before I saw the 5th season, I would have still gone Walter White. I have the bobbleheads and all. I actually like Walter White a lot. But then it wasn't a great season, but then it still took me back. Prison Break fan.
Lenovo Z2 Plus worth buying in 2017. Also, what about CoolPad Cool 1 under 13K? Love your work.
So yeah, because you love our work, you can check out more of it. Top phones under 15K. Here's a card.
Thank you.
To his video.
I was gonna do it anyway, but then.
Yeah. Guys, if you watch my videos, I always leave cards to anything relevant. Have you ever seen one video of his where there's been a card to a video of mine?
It's not intentional.
Never.
Yeah, it's not intentional.
He might say like, though, we did review this phone a while back. There's no card. There's never a card.
See, it's up to you. You can actually add a card right there.
Yeah, but then when it's yours, it's like, there is a card. You can click this button over here and go watch that video where I have spoken more about this.
See, that basically doesn't let you just skip it. Okay?
I still do. You never left a card, but on your top smartphone videos, I went and added a card for every review.
And that's...
Because most of the reviews are mine, but still.
Will you post a video on C4E apps? Wait.
Coming soon.
How soon? We don't know.
Soon. We
not as soon as budget VR video, but
we will keep you updated. Okay. Guys, it's coming soon, real soon. No budget VR stuff.
What does Sundar and Harris do in college? I mean, which course and from which college?
What do they do in college? Pretty much the same thing they do here.
I'm done with my college actually. I did B.Tech IT from College of Engineering, Guindy. And he's doing what?
Not me, Harris.
Yeah, Harris.
What's he doing?
In there, so
he's doing something somewhere.
He's breaking nails.
Savita Engineering College.
Savita Engineering College.
And he's doing what? Computer science?
Electronics, I guess.
Electronics, I don't know.
Electronics,
not computer science. Because he just said 4K was 1440. So yeah. He was just editing something and he just typed 1440 for 4K. So yeah.
Will you purchase any red camera in future or stick with the current one?
We haven't maxed out the FS7, so we've got a long way to go. When 4K becomes mainstream and everybody is watching in 4K, like when a Redmi 8, 9, 10 comes with a 4K display.
When MKHPHT uploads in 16K.
Yeah, 32K.
He might actually do it, in the next week. So
16?
16K. I don't know.
8K. He's doing 8K.
He's doing 8K. I mean, he's not doing it regularly.
But then yeah. So I'm just saying, when a Redmi series phone comes with a 4K display and we start uploading in 4K, that's when we'd contemplate getting a higher resolution camera. Because basically right now what we use 4K for is when we want to do some software kind of pans and stuff. When we want to crop in and move the footage around, that's when we go 4K. And when 4K becomes mainstream, we wouldn't want to lose quality, so we'd need a 6K or an 8K sensor, and that's when we'd look at upgrades. But even then, I believe we are well locked into the Sony ecosystem because we've got so many lenses for the E-mount, and it would be a pain to sell them off.
Are there adapters for the red camera?
I mean, depending on the mode, you can, but then again, it's never a perfect fit, as in like you get issues.
Ryzen Build.
Happening soon. Actually, I'm building, I should be building a Ryzen PC for Tamil from Tamil Tech. So we are putting together an editing rig for him. So right now, because of GST, offline stores, a lot of prices are unavailable for certain brands and there's a lot of confusion. Some prices have been hiked up like crazy. So my contacts, you know, with the offline stores here tell me, wait, give it some time for prices to stabilize. So that's why we haven't done one yet.
Your expectations from MIUI 9?
I just want to quick switch. Multi-window I really don't care about much, but quick switch I really hope they implement it. That drives me nuts. What about you?
What else? I don't know, but the Xiaomi is not known for bringing, you know, nougat features to...
No, but then I did read somewhere saying they're bringing these features over to MIUI 9.
Okay.
I don't know about quick switch, whether I didn't know about multi-window, but hopefully quick switch also comes, because that's like the biggest pain point for me when I switch to a Xiaomi device these days. Double tap, oh, and now I'm using an Oppo R11 and that's still a pain. I keep like doing it and I'm like, oh man, come on, give me quick switch. I mean, the R11 does have quick switch. Okay, I'll just edit that part out anyway, if it does.
I'd be happy if they come up with, you know, features that we don't know right now that we need.
Yeah, new features that we don't know.
Yeah, you know, before this swiping down anywhere thing came up to pull down the notification window, we didn't know we needed it.
Exactly, and even the tapping and holding an icon and using the other finger to move around.
Exactly.
I mean, I love Xiaomi for that. As much as sometimes MIUI's heaviness kind of gets on my nerves, but it's little things like that which make me, you know, I don't really hate MIUI because of those fine little things. But the problem here is these have existed for like how many versions of MIUI now. I'd love to see something new which is like something brands aren't doing, but something that's unique to MIUI and something that that actually improves my experience, like just day on day. So anyway, that's the last question.
Yeah.
So those are all the questions that I picked for today's episode of Ash Answers. If you hated the episode, go ahead, do this. If you did like it, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't voted for the poll yet, as to if you want another Ash Answers next week, let us know. So again, guys, I'm sorry, I've got to take time off. I wouldn't do it if I had another option. I really need to do this. So my apologies, but yeah, hopefully you show your support to Sundar and keep sharing all those videos and giving it a thumbs up and leaving comments.
And watch all the videos here.
In the cards. And, you know, we would soon be doing a video where we would talk about an app that lets you create GIFs and stuff like that, right? And that's when you can come back and download this video and then do the living for the moment and just put that on a loop and keep watching it over and over again and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this here is Ash.
Did we ask them to subscribe?
Oh yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. I did thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs up, thumbs down. Not enough. We want you to subscribe.
And
do it right now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And bell icon.
Yeah.
As well. So thanks for watching. Till whenever it is next.
Till next
for
time.
him, till next time. For me, till next time, which I don't know when it is. But then I should see you guys hopefully not too long from now. So yeah, I'm gonna miss you. Thanks for watching. Ash here along with Sundar.
Leaving for the moment.
Have a nice day. You know, let's head on over to the questions.
Speaking of which, I haven't copied the questions onto the pen drive.
See?
I thought you copied it into the pen drive.
I wouldn't copy to the pen drive.
You always do.
Doesn't copy. I never do. I never copy them. You do it. See? And you wonder why I need a break.